Good afternoon. Okay, would everyone stand? The Pledge of Allegiance, flag is behind us at the door. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Chip, we have a song, please?
Oh,
we don't have a.
yes, I do.
Page 6.
What's the song?
Please join in prayer or meditation as I say, bless this food to our use and us to thy service. Amen.
Amen.
And the song is on page 6. Beautiful dreamer. Oh.
I got it.
Oh, dreamer, come to me. Starlight to cross the way for thee. Sun of the roof.
Okay. Do we have any announcements? Anyone have any announcements?
Okay, guys, we have a cleanup of Route 184 this Saturday, 9 a.m. We're meeting at the golf cart place. So far, we have 3 people who have volunteered. We need more. The more people we have, the faster we go. So I'm going to pass this around, and whoever wants to sign up, just put 1 next to your name.
And where did you go? I did sign up. Where's he going? Oh, where did he go?
Okay, I mean, we can knock this out in an hour. It's not going to kill anybody. Hopefully.
What if it's 100 degrees?
At 9 in the morning.
No, it's not.
I would say don't come if it's 100 degrees.
That's this
95? Going.
Like I said, the more people who participate, the shorter the time will be.
Right. Any other announcements?
Bill, your name's not checked off. Well, our names are checked off.
Well, I signed up.
Yeah, I signed up too.
Okay, well, it's time to get.
Yeah. I think if you check your email, you can
Okay, I've been told that immediately after this meeting, there'll be a 1-minute social committee meeting for those who are on the social committee. And right after that, there's going to be a charitable budget review committee meeting here. Okay, so for those of you who are committed to one or both, keep it in mind. Anyone else have any other announcements? Paul?
Yeah, the crab cake collections are going very well. There's only 2 people that still owe me money for crab cakes. Really good.
When do you announce who those people are?
I might next meeting if I don't hear from you. But Also, I still have one tray left of frozen crab cakes in my freezer that hasn't sold. So, first come, first serve. If you want one more tray of crab cakes, or you know somebody that does, let me know.
Anyone else have any announcements? Katie?
Nothing.
Sorry. I put a flyer on your table for you, is the district conference for Rotary 7600, which is our district. So it's in November 6th to the 8th, and we want to get you aware of it, put it on your calendar. We hope to get as many of our club members in attendance for it. They are having the DeLoreans as their band that evening. It's usually a good deal. I don't know what the menu will be like, but last year, if you went to the district conference, we had a lobster fest, which was really great, so I don't know what we're gonna get this year, so. Ms. Joni, you gonna mention about the August district governor's visit coming?
Yeah.
There you go.
Anyone else have anything before I make a couple of announcements? Okay, first announcement, on August 25th, there will be a district meeting of the 3 Rotary clubs of the Eastern Shore, Onancock, Exmoor, and Cape Charles. It's going to be hosted by Onancock Rotary Club. It will be at, I think, the Lions Club in Onancock. And I will be sending around a sign-up sheet for anyone who can attend. So I will probably email it out, make it easy, so keep your eyes open for an email in the next couple of days, and you can respond back to me. I don't have a date yet by when I need to get responses back and the count of people. I will include that if I have it when I send out the email, otherwise I'll let you know when I know. Second thing is next.
Again, Joan.
Pardon?
Date again.
It's August 25th.
And that's you're gonna meet with Sue Ann Bryant, who's our new district governor, who got sworn in as of Saturday. I got sworn in as well for my office position, so we want to have as many of us attend that to meet Sue Ann and so she gets to know the Eastern Shore Club.
Sure, it's not the Eastern Shore. Yeah. Champion Club.
It'll be, it's at the Lions Club, I believe, in Onancock.
They don't have one.
What?
We'll get the info out to you.
Okay. The other thing that I wanted to mention, it is going to be at the Onancock Elks Lodge, I'm sorry, in Onancock on Front Street. In Accomack. It says Accomack. I don't know where it is, but it's easy enough to figure out. The other thing I want to mention is next week is going to be our general meeting, and I am going to be looking for volunteers to head up some of our committees. And if you don't volunteer, I may just appoint someone. So think about it. And I will tell you, the committees that I'm aware of so far that we need to have a committee chair and members for are membership. We already have a Paul Harris, so we're good there. We already have a social events committee meeting. We need an international committee, and we also need I need information on the environment committee, protect the environment committee. So think about it, if you want to be on a committee, if you're willing to share one of the committees that still is open for chairmanship. Appreciate it. And that is about all I have to mention. And we have a guest speaker. And
A celebrity guest.
a celebrity guest speaker. I know that his name is Bert Schmidt. This is Bert Schmidt, and he is the CEO of WHR. Oh, all right.
Well, thank you, everybody. We're going to try to run this video as well.
Speaking of that, don't forget a poll.
I've been here before. I know how you guys.
Nice to see you.
It shouldn't be bad, thank you. I think it's been about 10 years. It's always nice that I come back. And, I want to kind of just overview of WHR, what we're all about. Hopefully you're familiar with us a little bit. Hopefully before I'm done, you'll learn a little more about the station. First off, you should know that in 1961, we were founded by two school divisions when Norfolk and Hampton got together. Vince Thomas was the school board chair in Norfolk, and Hunter Andrews was the school board chair in Hampton. And they said, let's use this new technology called television to do distance learning. We put a teacher in the classroom, we videotape it, and we play it in multiple classrooms in both Hampton and Norfolk at the same time, distance learning. Of course, during COVID, kind of went back to doing the same thing. They created Homeroom 1, which became ultimately WHRO. That's what WHRO is. It's not the Roads Company. It's Homeroom 1. We started out with two divisions in 1961. Today, we're the only media company in the entire country. Sorry that doesn't as focused as I was hoping. I guess it's a little bit again. Today, we're owned by 21 school divisions, including Accomack and Northampton. You can see the geography. The white little circles are our broadcast area, and the yellow are the school divisions that own WHRO. We are the only media company in the entire country in this ownership model. I meet with all 21 superintendents 6 times a year to come to the station. We do regional planning around educational topics at the station. Each school board has a representative. We meet with them quarterly. Again, talking about educational topics. We work very closely with the Department of Education. We have about 5 different committees from the schools, technology, instruction, on and on. So we work very closely with the schools and have a very close relationship with our school divisions. You probably know, though, for our media properties. WHRO, you probably are familiar, hopefully familiar with Channel 15. WHRO is a PBS station here locally, whether it's NewsHour, Nova, Nature, Mystery Programs, Masterpiece, or the great children's programming, Sesame Street, the Rogers. I know some PTSD for some of you. Barney. So for today, we have 6 TV stations. WHRO 15 is the main PBS station. WHRO World is all non-fiction programming. WHRO Create is more how-to programming, whether it's home repair, cooking, craft items, things like that. Kids, pretty explanatory. FNX is First Nation Experience. That's made by Native Americans. And then NHK World is the public media station in Japan. So you get the perspective of the world. We also, for those of you who stream, many of you stream around here, we have our own streaming app, WHRO Plus. Very easy to get. Same place you get your Netflix or your Hulu or Disney, whatever you get. WHRO Plus, it's a free service. All these stations are available to stream right from the app. So if you're one of these people who drop cable or don't do broadcasting, you're only streaming now, make sure you download the WHRO Plus app, because you'll get everything that PBS offers plus a lot more. We're playing a lot of local content in the WHRO Plus, so lots of ways to view us. Of course, we're also the public radio station. We have 5 radio stations. You may be familiar with WHRV 89.5, that's the NPR station locally. The classical music station 90.3. We have a station that gets about halfway up Eastern Shore called Time Machine Radio Network. It's oldies. I'm afraid to say we're considering oldies nowadays. So it's basically 60s, 70s, and 80s, which really kind of irritates me that I graduated in the 80s. But all radio is an online only radio station of alternative music. And the WHRO voice I want to point out. So when my father was 57, he had a stroke. He ran a business, the whole deal. And all of a sudden, he had to be in a facility, and he couldn't read the newspaper, which was part of his morning routine. Coffee, cigar, and newspaper. Baby cigar, and was the best idea at the time. But this service, the WHR Voice, reads the printed word, newspapers, magazines, novels, to people who otherwise can't read the printed word. Blind, they can't use their arms or hands, macular degeneration. If for whatever reason they can't read, This is an amazing service. We have about 100 volunteers that come to the station throughout the week and read these services. So we'd love to get the word out about this. It's available on our website. We used to do radios, but we find most people, even people who are pretty handicapped, they have phones, they have ways of listening to the audio. So it's very streamable. If you're interested in volunteering, if you get to Norfolk much, we'd love to talk to you about volunteering, come in to help read the newspaper or magazines or novels and stuff. So it's a really important service. And each year we have an event with people who use the service. They come in and, it's a lot of blind people or people who otherwise had issues. And they get to meet the volunteer readers. It's a wonderful event that brings together all the services. So as I mentioned, we're owned by school divisions. We provide a lot of services through the entire Commonwealth. All the services I'm going to mention were requested by the school divisions. We just listen to what they want, and what we decided is, let's do things once rather than 21 times. So we're saving taxpayers a ton of money, and we're improving the education, quality of the education for schools regardless of zip code. So the same thing that the beach gets, Accomack and Northampton get. They all get the same thing. So one of the important features that the school destined to do was to bring digital content to the classroom. Of course, back in the day, that was a new thing. Today it's pretty standard. We have a service called eMedia VA. It's used statewide. We have a contract with the Department of Education, and we bring digital content. We have 100,000 learning objects, that we call them, all correlated with Virginia Standards of Learning that teaches everything from K-12 and basically every subject matter. So teachers can go into eMedia VA and say they want to teach third grade math, subject matter, whatever. They can go in and search it, bring up all sorts of content to teach their kids. And maybe our kids learn better with video. Maybe it's the game, maybe it's an audio, maybe it's text. So it's all available in eMedia. So it's a great resource for teachers. Of course, it's great for students, and it's used for all parents as well. So it's very used statewide. Quite a bit. It's a really important service, and about 90% of the content anybody can see. Just go to emediava.org and you can look at it. There's about 10% that you've got to log in because of some rights, but for the most part, it's a free service for everybody. When I first got to the station 19 years ago, they said, someday people are going to start taking courses online. And that was a big thing back then. And they knew it was coming, and they all said, we can't afford to do it. It's way too expensive to build a course. It's way too expensive to work with these vendors. So WHRO, why don't you do it? They gave us a little seed money, and we built 4 courses back in 2007. And then we were able to get funding because we've done the 4 courses. And now we're up to 30 online courses. Our 21 school divisions get these for free. They have all these courses. So Northampton has all these courses. Accomack has all these courses. We're kind of the manufacturer. We make the courses, and then we give it to the school divisions, and then they use them however they want, based on their own school policies. They can filter out content if there's stuff they don't want to have in the courses. They can change the order of courses, but they've got the online course, and it's in their learning management system, and they can teach all these courses. And of course, it was very great during COVID when nobody was going to school, but this gets used very regularly throughout. I will tell you, we made a business out of this. So our schools get it free, but the balance of the school divisions, there's 130 some out in the state, 21 own us, but the rest pay for these courses. On average, about $10,000 per course. So our schools get a deal, and we pay business. So we're able to take the money when we sell the course to a division outside the region and reinvest it back in more education services for our students. So it's a business model we've figured out. It's been working out pretty well for us.
Can we access it?
I get that question all the time in these Rotaries, and it's up to the local division. So if Northampton wants to go to it, because we make it and give it to them. So you have to talk to the folks at Northampton if they want to allow it. Because they're built with teachers in mind to teach the course. So if Northampton said, we'll take adults, in theory they could, but it's the policies of the local division. I don't think many are right now. because they really focus on their own students. Yes. So we have 3 soon-to-be 4 education bands that go around the entire region. It's a little blurry, so you might not be able to tell, but we've got a environmental science band on the left, a literacy band in the center, and a STEM band on the right. These go out and teach lessons, and whether it's giving out books for literacy, doing environmental experiments, or these bands are for elementary school. We have a new band that's about to hit the road literally any day. The wrapping is being finished up. Middle school environmental science. I'm very excited about this project because you've all been in planetariums. We've got kind of a mini version of a planetarium that would probably not fit in this room, but it blows up big, and kids go inside, and we have 360 video teaching environmental topics. So you may be sitting there and seeing flooding happen around you, but it's a very, and your middle schools are a little tough already, so you can engage them through something like getting inside a big dome and experiencing environmental science activities. It's a way to engage them with kids that are normally checked out. So that band will be hitting soon. We love to celebrate smart kids. Football, basketball players, they get a lot of glory, but we like to celebrate the smart ones. The spelling bee, we just wrapped up our 19th bee this spring. Winner of our bee, ours is the regional bee. Each division does their own bee, it's grades 6 through 8. So local divisions do their competition, and then they send their winners to our regional bee. The winner of the regional bee then goes to the national spelling bee. So I love the spelling bee. It's a passion of mine. Wherever I've been, I've always got started with spelling bee. Great Computer Challenge we just wrapped up recently. It's in its 41st year. These are students K through 12 that compete in various software programs and languages, and across the board from PowerPoint to AI, everything across the board. They come together ODU for a weekend and they compete. And they have challenges that they have to meet, and then we've got ODU professors to help they grade the students and they get big trophies at the end. And then the PBS Kids Writers Contest, for elementary school, they write and illustrate stories, send them in, we have a judging panel. And then we have a big ceremony that becomes a TV show where we invite the winners in, and their stories get animated by our folks, and we make a whole TV show about these stories that the kids write. It's really fascinating watching, seeing what the kids mind is doing. So we love to celebrate smart kids. So you probably know the story of what's going on in journalism. It's a crisis in journalism in this country right now. And locally, you may recall the Virginia Pilot was sold to a hedge fund about 6 years ago. And the concern has been, well, and it shows there, the Pilot alone, forget about the Daily Press, forget about the Gazette and the other local, there's not a lot of reporters at least for sure, but the Pilot alone used to have 360 reporters. Today they have 36. So obviously they can't cover as much as we would all like to hear more about local news. The whole concept of news deserts is a phenomenon that, I know it's blurry, but the middle map shows dark areas are all the news deserts where there's literally no local news in communities. And we know what happens when nobody's covering local community. Bad things can happen. If nobody's watching the shop, politicians, I don't know if there's any politicians in the room, but sometimes politicians do bad things, nobody's watching them. Taxes tend to go up in places without local news. There's a lot of bad things. So local journalism, keeping an eye on the shop, keeping an eye on people in power is an important thing. So when I saw this happen, when I saw the hedge fund take the newspapers, we knew it was going to happen. We decided to start our own newsroom. 3 years ago, we started with 3 people. I went to my board. I said, look, we got a crisis. We're going to lose papers. We're not going to have any local news. This region is way too important not to be covering. So we had worked out a spectrum deal, so we had a little bit of money. And I said, board, give me some money so I can pay for 3 reporters for 3 years. kind of like a startup. And then from there, I would take it and run with it. And I'm pleased to say, after 6 years, we are up to 18 people in our newsroom. So we're half the size of the newspaper already after just 6 years. We have some feed reports. You can't read this, I'm sorry.
Try adjusting again, I moved the screen a bit.
Yeah, it's gonna go. It's all right. I'll read it. So we've got a number of beat reporters and some geographies. We've got a health beat reporter. We've got a business beat reporter. We've got education beat reporter. Yeah, and then on the right, you can't read it, but we have 4 investigative reporters that do statewide investigative reporting. And it's made a difference. I can talk a lot about the stories that they've done that have, I'll give one example. On many campuses, the way they have used eminent domain to enlarge their footprint, there's some controversy in some of those schools where they have kicked out certain poor communities, many African American communities. And that's a story that's nationwide. It's a story locally, and that is caught fire. There's been legislation in Richmond. States around the country are looking at universities, they're looking at themselves, trying to understand how do they acquire the property, and did they do anything maybe a little bit questionable. I was in Dallas a year or so ago and talking to somebody who works at SMU, and they were doing these, they knew about our story, and they were asking the question, so how did we acquire our property? And universities don't mind because it wasn't them, it was past leadership. So they all want to know the story of how did we acquire the property, and was it done in a good way, or were there some people that were left out in the cold? So that's just one example of investigative work that we've been doing. But we think this is really important. We're up to 18. We hope to continue to grow that. We have grown a lot of members because of this. We are doing a story. We do a lot of stories, of course, around the whole region. I will tell you, we don't have a dedicated Eastern Shore reporter, but we have a number of freelancers who work out here. So we will hire them on a freelance basis. At some point, we might be able to afford a full-time reporter. Right now, we're working with a lot of local reporters and paying them per story. You can see there's a couple of recent stories that we've done. I don't think the audio is set up, so I don't think you can hear this story. No. Okay, well, if the audio worked, you'd be hearing a story right now. But if you don't get our newsletter, we have a daily newsletter that goes out Monday through Friday. It will be in your inbox, 4 in the morning. It's free. You can use the QR code right now if it's not too blurry. Or you can go to whro.org and free sign up every day in your morning inbox. Important local news will be there for you. You don't have to be a member. Love for you to be a member, but you don't have to be a member to get the newsletter. We have over 100,000 folks that get this newsletter every single day. Hopefully the QR code works. I don't know, it's a very blurry screen, so if not, just go to WHR. Or see me and I'll get you connected. So we're very excited about where our journalism is going. Our model for journalism is not competitive. We're nonprofit. It's cooperative. So we're not trying to beat out people or get this first story or get at breaking news. We want to do in-depth reporting. We're not going to be the place to go to check out the flyer down the street. But if you want to know what's going on with your tax dollars, we're the ones that are going to explain that. Or who's up for election. So who's going to be on your school board. We're the place that will provide that information. We may not tell the story of the hurricane, but we'll be the ones to tell the story of what to do when the hurricane's done. And what's the aftermath, where you get your water, and how you get your power turned back on. Lots of partners we work with, of course, the PBS NPR, lots of stations throughout Virginia and North Carolina we work with. Because cooperative, there's no reason for me to send a reporter to Richmond. There's a station in Richmond, so they do the General Assembly work and we just carry their stories. They don't cover the military. We do. And vice versa. We cover a lot of environmental, military, things like that. And many of our stories now, what I like is, even though our intention is to cover things for the local community, so many of our stories now get carried nationally. So what's going on in our region gets told to a national audience, so they know the challenges. We did a documentary on the Eastern Shore about a year or so ago that was carried nationally about the effects of sea level rise in the region. Something we all know about here, but nationally they didn't know the story, so we were able to provide that to a national audience through PBS. I think that's pretty well it. I'm more than happy to take questions, and again, thank you for having me. Bill.
Bert, at one time, the federal government was the biggest source of revenue, and it was X percentage of your income. Today, there's a different number.
It's called zero. Yeah. It's called zero. Yeah. So, a year
Talk
ago,
about that?
sure.
I'd like to hear you talk about it.
I figured one come up. Last July 24th, Congress voted to rescind our federal funding. They had already approved it, and then they voted to take it away, to pull it back, even though they had voted for actually 2 years for our funding. I won't get into politics like it all, but the fact is we lost $1.9 million immediately. And we budgeted for that money. Kind of knew it was going to go away, but it was still approved as of the day we passed our budget. So last July, we lost the funding, so we did a few things. Last August, I called a bunch of my friends who have very big wallets. And said it's time to help out. And so in the month of August, with vacations happening, we raised $3 million. And it wasn't a lot of person, it was a lot like, can you help? We had one individual, in fact, he's coming over to the station Thursday. We met with, I shouldn't tell this story, but I will. It doesn't, what's the with it? He came in because we had met at some event a few months earlier. I didn't really know him, but we just chatted. Then he came in because he heard about the recent rescission. And as I find out, he had intended to give us $250,000. Awesome. He was a decent donor, but probably $5,000 a year. They came in, and the nonprofit world's pretty tight, and so I knew about some of the gifts he made. So I asked him for $1 million. And in the nonprofit world, it's that pucker factor thing. He puckered right up. They said yes. He said, if you can raise another $1 million, I'll give you $1 million. I said, I'll raise it this month. So well, let's see if you can. We raised actually $2 million, and he gave us $1 million, so that we were able to raise $3 million. But from there, so that was one-time funding. That's kind of like covered us. So like, all right, we got a federal funding situation for this year. All right, now we got to figure out the long-term plan. Fortunately, the community's coming through. We've added 3,000 members this past year. We have more than exceeded in membership revenue what we were getting in federal funding. So I don't know how long it's going to last. I think this year it's going to tell. I mean, what you're going to hear messaging from us is not urgency. It's just please continue. Because we have 3,000 people come on. If 3,000 leave us, then we got a problem. But right now, at the levels we're at, we passed the budget a few weeks ago. We're balanced without any federal or state funding. I should mention we lost state funding about 13 years ago, and that was a little over $1 million. So yeah, we get literally no taxpayer funding. It's all philanthropic support or revenue flowing selling courses. Yeah. So in the industry, it's tough. We're very fortunate to have very supportive community, but there are stations that are closing, there are stations that tons of laugh. We didn't laugh a single person in this whole process. Now, we had 4 people that left we've been replaced, which was that attrition, but we didn't have to lay off a single person. And I'm not sure I can point to a station in the system other than us that didn't lay off anybody. Getting $3 million helps a lot, but there are a lot of changes.
I just want to welcome you back. We had the meetings at what we call Aqua.
Aqua, yeah.
I want to congratulate you on your longevity on the job.
19 years?
Thank you for that, and you've done a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been in the business 35 years, and I told Bill, so I'll tell the rest of you, just yesterday, I told my staff board that I'm about to retire.
No.
Yeah,
Not
so-
old enough.
I know. I would. So yeah, in fact, press release goes out tomorrow, so you're the first call that's all.
You're moving to Cape Charles, right?
Yeah.
The moving right here, I'm gonna be part of this club. Yeah, yeah, it's still, I mean, 35 years, I'm 64. And, there are things, it's time, you know, I have a family history of dying early. So my father had a stroke at 57, as I mentioned, his dad had a heart attack at 62. It's time where I'm still healthy to be able to enjoy life. I can afford it. And, it'll be 6 months. I'll be around as they do a search for a CEO. It's been the honor of my life to be able to lead WHRO, and hopefully they're smart enough to hire a good person to keep it going. But being able to speak to folks like you, it's been really a great pleasure. This job, you know, wonderful pleasure to do, and hopefully it continues strong. Yes. Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you. This is on my bookshelf in my office. Yeah, this is excellent. You told me to live up here now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I skipped over
A few things.
a few things. What do you think they are?
Happy dollars?
Happy dollars? Why don't we do happy dollars first? Okay? Bill?
I want to be the first to echo what John just said. I had the honor, I had this job, not 19 years, but I had the honor of inviting once before, Bert, and I'm glad we made it under the wire. We might have missed. It took me 6 months to get you here.
It did take a while.
Yes. You're always welcome.
How happy are you?
I'm happy $10.
Anyone else happy?
I'm gonna act as Bill the cheapskate, I'm going $50.
$50, thank you.
That's how the club makes money.
Graham? Another 50. Well,
Anybody does
Sugar batter, lots of us do.
Skip.
$20 because I got to sit next to Bert.
See, I'm a fundraiser.
$5 between my two grandkids and I caught about 7 to 10 pounds.
That's morning. Okay. What kind of dinner?
25 and all.
Anyone else? You said 5. 20 and then 5 total for 25. Anyone else happy dollars? Going once, going twice, I will also donate $50 for WHRO. Okay, so now, we've done happy dollars, what's next?
The cards.
Queen of Hearts, who has the Ace of Spades? Anyone?
No.
Ace of Hearts?
We got
Ace of Hearts?
That's a win. You got
We got 2 hearts, right? Uh-oh. So we have 2 Ace of Hearts? That means we have to have
From the other.
the other deck? Oh, wrong deck.
Big count of money.
Which deck do you want? There's only one here.
Let's trade this.
Help around.
Help around. Help around.
Help around.
Do you want to do?
Who wants to get it?
Okay.
The card. How's that sound?
Okay. Okay. We have an Ace of Hearts over here somewhere?
Jim, two.
I had done.
You had the time. And you had the heart.
Chuck.
Chuck had the heart. He's the only one thought we had the heart.
Yeah.
Well, then we go back.
I thought we had 2 acres of heart. Okay, so it is the right day.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so you get to take,
Okay.
let's see if you're gonna just, me a heart. Hey, there it goes. Okay.
I'm getting used to Jerry.
Okay, Paul, have you got the numbers yet?
It's so much cheaper.
5-0. I got 51, it's close to your 51. So, who won? 13.
$13. Congratulations. Hey.
51.
3, 15.
Congratulations. Is there anything else that anyone needs to say? Then let's do the following test. Of the things we think we say. Second. Third. Fourth. And fifth, stand.
We have fun.
Yeah.
One.
The gas box.